It's a big day in the Isle of Man. Hydrocarbons is the subject matter today because obviously the Isle of Man potentially has got quite large reserves. Joining me, we've got the team from DED here. Laurie, first of all, as a political member, what exactly are you announcing?
Well, today we're announcing the opening of the Isle of Man's second licensing round for hydrocarbon exploration in the Manx territorial waters. And
Dr. Camille, I mean, this has been your subject. I've talked to you for years about this and other sorts of things. Obviously, you've done the homework. You're pretty confident there is big reserves there? Or was that for them to find out?
Basically for them to find out. The last time the licensing round was back in the early 90s. There was some gas was detected, but we need to go through that process again. Technology's moved on, see what's actually there and see if it's commercially viable to extract.
Have you got potential suitors already queuing at your door?
Well, obviously we won't know until the licensing round closes. It's a tender process, if you like, looking for acreage. But certainly we have been speaking to a number of parties who may be interested in bidding.
And what's the deal for the Isle of Man?
Well, the main benefit for the Isle of Man is going to be revenue generated from leasing out the seabed, or royalty or profit shares from the production, if there is any production.
This is up to, what, 12 miles?
Yeah.
And there has been people drilling in the past in the waters, but no success as such, I understand. So why do you think now there's likely to be a change to that?
So just a couple of things. Right now in the UK Oil and Gas Authority have a licensing round open as well, which also includes some acreage in the IRC. So the developers looking in the area anyway, so it gives them an opportunity to look more holistically across the whole IRC and look in the Isle of Man, our territory. And as you're right to say, all the blocks previously licensed have been relinquished, but there was potential some gas deposits detected back in the early 1990s. So it's an opportunity to further explore that to determine if there is sizable quantities that could be commercially viable to extract.
I think as Ken mentioned before as well, technology has moved on, the gas price has moved on, so something may be commercially viable today that wasn't viable 20 years ago.
And you've got a slide rate, haven't you, between 5 and 20%, I think, isn't it, sort of thing? Is that the more they find, the less they pay, or the other way around?
It'll be the other way around. It'll be a sliding scale, basically, on production, very similar to the system the Irish.
So any ideas at this stage how much money might be coming into the coffers?
That will depend entirely on, firstly, whether there is anything down there that is commercially viable, and then how much is down there. So really, it is a complete unknown at the moment.
So how long will the tests go on? I mean, there'll be ships out there, will they, around the Isle of Man, digging holes, drilling holes?
There's a process to go through. Exploration phase is a maximum of up to 9 years. The first phase is desktop studies, look at the existing data. The second phase is seismic surveys, where vessels go out and collect new seismic data to be interpreted to see where potential prospects are. Then the third phase is potentially drilling wells. But each phase will need its own consent, not just from this department, but from DOI and DEFA as well.
And while we got you, I mean, we talked in the past about renewables out there. How are we doing with wind farms? Because I noticed it's 5 years ago since the Dong thing came, to the Isle of Man, and they were talking about putting in all those sort of big turbines. Any news yet on that?
I think the one you talked about 5 years ago, that was in the UK waters, and they've actually started construction there in the UK. But in our own waters, it was 2015 that we issued an agreement for lease with Dong Energy for looking at an offshore wind farm in our waters. And they have since then been undertaking their environmental surveys, which continue. It's 2 years worth of environmental studies they have to carry out. So
still got your fingers on that one, fingers crossed, or is there potential still for renewables out there for us as well?
We are looking at both hydrocarbons and the offshore wind at the same time. Hopefully both will come to fruition and will be economic benefit to the Isle of Man. I think today there was obviously an announcement earlier today about the UK most recent contract for difference offshore wind. Again, the price for offshore wind is dropping, so it makes it more attractive, and Isle of Man is a great wind resource. So I think as well as the hydrocarbons below our seabed, we've got the opportunity on our seabed for offshore wind as well.
And Timor has already approved the strategy in this space, the offshore energy strategy. Hydrocarbons are one strand of that, renewables are another strand, so it's great to see them both working in tandem.